If we are a business owner or a business professional who would like to improve our managerial accounting decision-making skills, those decisions related to larger items, larger purchases, larger decisions within the company, or a accounting student who would like to improve our skills with relation to the study of managerial accounting and managerial accounting decisions, this course is a course for us. What will we learn? Our focus will be on common managerial accounting decisions and scenarios. We'll start off with a discussion of managerial accounting concepts in general, managerial accounting concepts that will be necessary as we apply them to our decisions, our scenarios. Then we'll go into those decisions and scenarios. We'll talk about a make or buy decision, which is going to be a common type of managerial type decision. Many of the processes for these managerial type decisions are similar to large decision-making processes we would make in our personal lives as well. We would then need to compare the relevant costs, the relevant benefits of us making something internally or purchasing it, say, from an outside vendor. We'll take a look at a sell or process further type of decision and a similar decision related to defective inventory that has been damaged in some way, and what we should do at this point. Should we scrap it or should we fix that inventory? It's going to be a similar type of decision-making process. Sell or process further will typically be the scenario where we have some type of inventory that we're going to produce up to a certain point and then ask the question whether we want to continue producing it, refining it down, where we could sell it at a higher price if we were to do so, or simply sell it now. Something like coffee beans. If we were to say, make coffee beans, should we stop at the coffee beans, or should we grind them up into coffee grinds, possibly into making coffee? Should we process further, or should we just sell them as is? With regard to defective units of inventory, then we're going to say, hey, there's a problem with the inventory. There's a defect in the units that we have created. That happened in the past. Should we, at this point in time, just take the loss, sell them for whatever we can now, scrap them, or should we process them or fix them and then sell them at the fixed price after the related costs for fixing them? We'll talk about a sales mix type of decision. This is going to be a scenario where we have more than one type of product that we are producing, and the question then is, well, how much should we produce of these different types of products? Which one should we produce? What's going to be the proper sales mix between them? Decision to eliminate a department or segment of an organization. It might be the case that we have a department of the organization that it looks like they're not producing, they're not generating revenue. And the question is, should we eliminate that department or not? We need to think and consider the relevant costs versus the relevant business benefits of that decision as to whether we should keep or eliminate the department. This type of decision-making process that we'll take a look at through many of these different decision-making processes is going to include a similar type of method with regard to relevant costs, relevant benefits. So although these are types of decisions that aren't going to happen all the time, meaning we're not always going to be making decisions on a day-to-day process as to whether we should eliminate a department or not, or the sales mix decision, or a selling or process further, or make and buy type of decision. But the process that we go through and the thinking about the relevant costs and benefits will be similar to these type of decisions, whether in business or personal. And they're going to be similar in that we need to be aware of certain type of things, certain type of factors that can distort our decision, things like a sunk cost effect. We'll then take a look at a purchase new equipment or not type of decision. This is going to be a common decision for both business and personal. Should we purchase new equipment or should we keep the old equipment at this point in time? Once again, we'll take a look at relevant costs when making that type of decision. We'll have a special offer type of decision. This is a scenario where someone might offer to purchase our inventory at a lower price for a one-time type of special offer. We need to consider whether or not we should accept a special offer, or what cases would we accept the special offer. Once again, this will teach us and let us see those relevant costs, relevant benefits to that type of decision-making process. We'll calculate the sales price, so we'll consider how to think about the cost and look at a couple different methods for the calculation of the sales price, giving the cost data, the cost information. Why choose this course? Although this course will have a lot of instructional videos, we'll have much more than just instructional videos, including PDF files that can be downloaded. They can be used as a reference without internet access. We'll have Excel practice files. Excel practice files are going to be one of the major tools where people really tend to learn and get a grasp of these concepts, because we're able to apply those concepts, work through them with Excel practice files. The Excel practice files typically having 3 tabs, 1 tab with the answer to it so you can see the completed work for it, a second tab which will have a pre-formatted worksheet that you could fill in a step-by-step format along with instructional videos, and oftentimes a third tab which will just have a blank Excel worksheet that you can use to format your Excel worksheets yourself if you would like to work on that formatting if you so choose. We'll also have practice test questions generally in the form of multiple choice questions or short calculation type of questions. Like many accounting topics, usually in practice we have too much information. When we want to calculate in practice for an exam, we need to look at the format and take all this information and then condense it down to what we might see in a test-taking scenario, oftentimes in multiple choice type questions. We'll look at how they might format these multiple choice questions. We'll practice test-taking skills with them, usually or generally, or they will be in a video type of format. So we'll go through them in a video type of format. We'll go through the multiple choice questions. We'll discuss the answers to them, the best way to approach those multiple choice questions. We'll also have discussion questions designed to be more open-ended questions, similar to essay type questions, so we can practice expanding on the topic and thinking about how we can think about this topic from a more broad type of perspective, as well as take on any type of essay questions and look and work on best practices for doing so. Who will we be learning from? We'll be learning from a CPA, Certified Public Accountant, a CGMA, Chartered Global Management Accountant, someone who has a Master's of Science in Taxation, a CPS, Certified Post-Secondary Instructor and Curriculum Development Expert, someone who has experience putting together courses of a technical nature, and or courses that need to be taught in some type of linear fashion in such a way that students get from them what they want. Please join us for Managerial Accounting, Decisions and Scenarios, Relevant Costs. It will be great.